Yes, hello. Yes, ma'am. Yes, this is the Raider Nation report. Yeah, line is forming to the right, please. Yeah, it should be a great show. Yeah. Final 53-man roster's out. Lots of crazy cuts. Yeah, it should be fun, man. Yes. Yes, VIP line is to the left. Please give me your name. I'll make sure you're on the list. Yes, there is a full bar inside. No pushing. Please, line to the right. I know, a lot to talk about tonight. Yes, ma'am. No, I'm sorry. You got to get on the list way before that. Yeah, you can't get on the VIP list night of. I'm sorry. Yes, Commish is in the house. Going to be going over all the cuts, 53-man roster. Lines to the right, please. VIP to the left. Please give me your name. Make sure you're on the list. Guys, that smells amazing, but please don't smoke that right by the door. Thank you. Yeah, they're almost ready to open the doors, ma'am. These guys run a tight show. You know that. Just making sure everything's in order. Doors are opening. Enjoy the show.
Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, all you ever heard about my lips. I was twitching, I wasn't breaking when Brady was winning chips. Went to LA, then to Oakland, and now we up on the strip. Dancing with the nation every time we get to 6. 3rd and 13 used to run the ball. Now we got 100, so we changing the call. Tatted on my body, ain't no taking it off. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. Unless they with the nation, ain't no faking involved. All that internal hating, we be shaking it off. Cause we know they just came around Jacobs and Carl. Who you thought I've been rocking for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know.
Look, I'm 34 like Bo Jackson. I'm a Raider, long live John Madden. We left Oakland, now we with the Sinners. For Al Davis, we got unfinished business. Look, just win, baby. Defense ain't giving up an inch lately. The offense in clutch, we bout to up the scope. And D-Car ain't stopping till we reach the boat.
What's up, Raider Nation? Yeah. Ooh. You know what time it is, don't you? You know what time it is. Oh, yeah. It's 53-man roster time. What's up? I am the Commish, coming to you live, as always, from the friendly confines of Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. And if you don't know where that's at, let me give you some simple directions. Shall we? Just down the street, past the house with the boarded up windows. Make sure you stop at the corner and ask our man Joe. He's a gentleman, he's a scholar, he's a damn member of Raider Nation. Slip him what you should. He's gonna point you in the right direction. He's gonna tell you to take a left and then a right. As you find yourself strolling down the street, minding your own goddamn business, you're gonna pass this deep dark alley to your immediate right. And as you pass that alley, a cool breeze is gonna hit you that chills you right to your skeletal core. And you'll find yourself asking, was that the autumn wind? Oh, you goddamn right. Should you venture down that deep dark alley? Well, of course you should. Because what you're gonna find at the end is a special little place that a certain fragment of the Raider Nation that likes to stray to the dark side calls deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction, and as it is every damn Tuesday, this is the Raider Nation Report with yours truly, a solid 60 minutes of everything silver and black. And man, we got a lot to get into. Cut days, shocked who left, shocked who stayed. Make sure you get over there on that YouTube. I'm going to have the bar up in a minute. You can get your comments right on the show. Raider Reaction on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button while you're over there. Follow that bitch. It needs some help. It's like our little stepchild. Roster cuts. Mullins traded. Who saw that coming? Craziness. We'll see. We've got a lot to get into. We've even had our own roster cuts here at Raider Reaction. Midget cuts. One of them's made it. Well, we've got a new midget. Rasputin, Jimmy. We're adding Jimmy to the team. So we've even got our own cuts. There's a lot to get into tonight. A lot. Thank you for joining me, each and every damn one of you. I always appreciate it. Let's pop that YouTube chat. Rob's in there already. What's up, Rob? Bye-bye, Leatherwood. Lines. Mullen is in a contract year. Hobbs is playing for peanuts. We got the chat. If you want to get in, jump over there on YouTube. Let me get some things. See, Midget's got to get with it here. We got to get things loaded up. We're ready to rock and roll. It's a lot to talk about it tonight. A lot to talk about. Rundown. We got roster cuts. Offensive roster. Defensive roster. Touch on the new sponsor. Roster shockers. Cool kids. Dark Side newsletter. Used car talk. New Raider Reaction Fantasy League, Fan of the Week, Sparklers Game, Fight Night 29, and WTF. WTF, hitting local with the WTF. Thank you all for joining me, man. Chad, Shane, Kevin, Corey, Lines, David, Daryl, Michael, Ryan, and if you were not mentioned, JoJo, and everybody else. Savage Wolfman out there has to play me week 1 in fantasy. JoJo's hating it. But it's all right. It's all right, JoJo. There's only one way to come after that week 1 loss, and that's up. Just remember that. Moving on. That's enough of the foreplay, man. That's enough. We've warmed the oven. We're rounding third base. Let's move it on. Let's get to it, shall we? Roster cuts. Let's start with the waived players. I want to go player by player and touch on them, why they left, why they were cut, what the thought process was. There's a lot to get into tonight, so stay with me. We may even go into motherfucking overtime because it's that time of night. This is like one of those important days. The team is like being birthed. It's not quite done. It's like the doctor's there. Is like, I see the head. Like the baby's got like one shoulder out. Your 2022 Raiders are almost born, but nah. We got like a week and a half yet. And when you look at this roster, you know shit's about to still happen. So it's almost born, but they got to give like one last push, and then we got life. And then you've got your roster. Week 1's not but a week and a half away. There's a lot's going to happen here when you look at this roster together as we stroll through it over the course of the next however the fuck's long it takes. Let's get to it. Roster cuts. Alex Bars, guard. I think some of the depth on the offensive line was sacrificed to some other places because they didn't show out. So I believe that's where moves are going to be made still before the season starts, is to sew up the right side of this offensive line. I don't think they're done. I don't think they're done at all. And I think when you look at the roster and who remains on it, I think you can clearly tell that. Curtis Bolton, I was a little shocked Bolton didn't make it somewhere. He had some impressive plays. Had that big safety in Miami. He had some impressive plays coming in at a position of need. But again, when you look at the linebackers that they kept, I mean, you can only keep so many, and they've got 7. So I get it. It's a numbers game, man. Sometimes it comes down to a numbers game in position of need. He just didn't make it. Ike Brown, corner, waived. Cosby, corner, waived. Corner's just a spot where they're not going to keep a ton of guys. They're keeping 5 basically, and yeah, that's it. 5 and 5 safeties. So these guys just didn't make it, man. That's too many defensive backs. Somebody had to go, and these guys didn't look stellar. Cosby didn't look good, particularly in preseason, and Brown was hit or miss. So we'll see. We'll see. Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just working down the list here. Quinterio Cole, safety. They kept 5, man. If you didn't make that 5, there's a reason, okay? And we don't even need to go into any more than that. Fotheringham, tight end. The tight end tree was fucking deep, man. And for somebody, as a rookie, to try to come in and break that, when you've got Waller, who's already an all-world tight end, sitting at the top of that roster, you got Foster Moreau, who is a solid, could be a starter on a lot of other teams if he wasn't sitting behind Waller. And then you got the guy that made it, Horsted, who was the Dolphins game was the highest rated Raider player in the entire game, was making amazing plays every fucking game. You see number 80 out there making plays at tight end, and everybody's like, who the fuck's 80? Holy shit, look at that. Horsted. This dude knocked like 3 guys off the tree that should have been ahead of him, put Fotheringham down, and a couple other guys. Bowers is out. So he knocked some guys down, man. So impressive preseason. That's a guy who came in, it was sitting in like number 5 or 6, and moved his way up to 3rd by playing the preseason. So tell me preseason doesn't matter. It does too fucking matter. And if you're too stupid to understand the fucking process, then go Google some shit. Educate yourself. But everybody's like, 4-0 preseason, it doesn't matter if you look good in preseason. You want your team tripping over their dick in preseason, or do you want them looking good? Do you want them going out there and smacking fucking 3rd and 4th stringers in the mouth and getting ready for the season? Isn't that what you want? So I just don't understand these people that say you can't be excited about preseason. Yeah, I get it. The 4-0 Lions went fucking 0-16. Okay, it doesn't matter really record-wise, but it's the fact that they look good. They came out fucking basically injury-free. These guys are locked and loaded, man. Preseason matters! Michelle gets it. She's gonna make a t-shirt and a fucking bumper sticker. It matters. It's part of the process. No, it's not exciting. I tell you what, man. It's the first Raider preseason game I had went to. It's hard for me to invest the time and to go to a preseason game. I'm just like, But, they were playing in Miami. I'm like, fuck it, man. I got dirt cheap ass tickets for fucking front row. Fuck it, I'm going. But it's hard. I was fighting the emotions. I'm like, I want to be super excited. I want to stand up and scream and be that guy, but like nobody's screaming because it's fucking practice. So it was strange. I felt weird inside. No, no Stoner 16 jersey, man. Be cooler if we did. Cooler if it was. Still again, Raider Nation denied the 16 Stoner jersey. Bummer, man. Bummer. Chase Garbers, gone. I think there's a possibility you see Garbers retained on practice squad if he clears waivers. I think they're going to bring him back. He'll be the Peterman of this regime. I think he gets a shot, and I think that's why you seen him so much in preseason is because they liked what they seen out of Garbers. So I think you're going to see a little more of Garbers. I wouldn't be surprised if he's retained. But like I said, and I've been saying it all motherfucking off season, they're only going to keep 2. So, y'all shit on me when I'm wrong. At least give me a little something when I'm right. I've been saying that all motherfucking offseason. There's no way in hell they're keeping 3. No way. They're going to keep Mullins and they're going to keep Stidham. No, the fuck they ain't. And they weren't even going to keep the rookie. It was never an option. Never an option. They were never going to keep 3. They're all in on Carr. Carr's the guy. He just needs a backup. If Carr goes down, fucking shit's hit the fan. Okay? Fucking abandon ship. We're in deep shit. No, Stidham's not a fill-in. He's a stopgap. He's like a fucking finger in the dike guy. Okay? That's all he is. He can come in and regulate shit for a moment, but you're not handing it over. Exactly, Michael. The best thing about the Raiders preseason was the team looked disciplined. I agree with you. Let's see. Moving on. Next up, the big one. Here we go. This was the one that I think, could you not see it coming? I mean, Stevie Wonder could see this coming. And Ray Charles was standing right next to him saying, yeah, I seen it too. Alex Leatherwood's gone. He's gone. And this was basically the last swing and miss of fucking Mayock, Gruden, and mostly Gruden. I'm sorry. I still think Gruden's such an egomaniac that he controlled all of this. I don't think Mayock got as much say as I think he should have. I think it was fucking mostly Gruden. And this motherfucker now is wanting to get back in the league. Man, Monday Night Football don't even want your ass. There ain't no team gonna fucking sign your toxic ass back as a coach. You're cancer. Ain't nobody gonna touch you with a fucking 30,000 foot pole. No way. Especially not this soon. You're gonna come out the next fucking season and be like, I'm thinking. Yeah, keep thinking, motherfucker. Mike Tirico ain't even calling you to bring your ass back in the booth with him. So just forget that shit. Move along. You've been cut by the NFL too, and just fucking deal with it. Jordan Meredith, guard. He didn't make it either. Bamidele Olaseni, tackle. Did not make it either. And basically, like I said, this is such a position of need. If you didn't make the roster on offensive line, there's a fucking reason for it. You're hot garbage. And they're going to go get somebody else because you were not up to snuff. Dylan Stoner. No 16 Stoner jersey, man. Damn right, Bill. It all matters. It all matters. No 16 Stoner jersey. I don't know. Maybe you can go to the fucking Fans Choice Football League, the one in Atlanta where they like let the fans like pick the plays and shit. Or do they even have coaches? Yeah, they got coaches. It wasn't like Johnny Manziel a coach. I don't know. Maybe they can get drunk before the game together. This is where Terrell Owens was playing. You can go over there with those guys. Maybe. That's where his brother was. Gruden's got arena football in their blood. Myron Tagovailoa Amosa, defensive end, did not make it. Zach Van Valkenburg did not make it either. And this was a position a lot of people thought Valkenburg may have a chance, but man, we'll get to one of the shockers later, but they kept some guys on that defensive line I think that some people are a little shocked about. And we'll get to it in roster shockers teaser later coming up. But moving along. Austin Walter, somebody had to go, man. Somebody had to go. There was just way too much depth at running back. And Walter, although he looked good, he just didn't look as good as some of the other guys. Some of the other guys just honestly looked. There was a lot of sample size for running backs in the preseason. They definitely had plenty of tape to look at all these guys. And the ones that made, we're going to get that in a second. We're going to run through the guys that did make it. And last on the waiver list is Isaiah Zuber, the guy who had the interception, he had the crazy stat line last week as the wide receiver that got put over on defense. He was come over from the USFL. He was one of the stars trying to make it from the USFL league. Fringe guy. He did not make the roster. And they didn't keep a ton of depth at wide receiver, man. And we're going to talk about that. They didn't keep a lot of depth there because they kept it at other areas. So he just didn't make it, man. They just didn't make it. Another guy on the released list, and I had to help a guy out, man. You see, because I saw a Raider brother in a group, and I usually do not comment in groups. I'm in all the Raider groups. Like, if there's a Raider group worth a fuck to be in, unless they don't like something I've said somewhere along the line, which is that possibly too, because that happens. Fuck them. They get all pissed off and then they throw me out. But that's why I don't comment in there, because, I have a tendency to speak my mind. But I saw Raider brother Fledgling the other day, and he's like, because I posted something, and then I was going through my creator thing, and then I seen him comment, and I'm like, I bet other people don't know that. What's the difference between waived and released? Because you see, like the other day, they had we waived these guys, we released these guys. And the dude was like, what the fuck does that even mean? I hate to even ask that, but what does that mean? And I'm like, well, let me help you out, brother. I was like, if they're less than 4 years in the league, they're not considered a veteran player. That means they have to be waived, and they go into the waiver wire process where they must go through the waiver wire and be claimed by other teams. Kind of like it works in your fantasy football league, those of you that play fantasy football. Now, if you're over 4 years, you're considered an NFL veteran, and then you are released. You do not go through a waiver wire process. You are instead released, and you can go sign with whoever the fuck you want. And that's what happened to the list of the next guys here. Keelan Cole, wide receiver. He was one of the shockers, man. He was definitely one of the shockers. I think they didn't make it. And it's because of the lack of numbers of wide receivers that they kept. I think if they kept one more, he was probably the guy. But it just came down to a numbers game, and he got put out. Grassu center. I think they have a lot of faith in Andre James at center, and he's the guy. And Parham would be able to fill in the rookie that they drafted this year. So I think that's what you got. I think that's what you get. Matthew Farley, safety. I mean, fuck, they kept goddamn 5 safeties. You're not gonna crack that unless you're a baller. And obviously Farley wasn't a baller. He's not in there. Darius Phillips, I'm a little shocked about. I really thought Darius Phillips had a chance to make this team because he was getting in on the special teams. He was possibly going to could be working in on the return action. Little surprised he got cut as well. That was one of the shockers for me personally. Kyle Pico, no Pico de Gallo on this team, not on the defensive tackle side anyway, as he didn't make it either. Hollister, tight end, was placed on the reserved injured list, and of course, Trayvon Mullen traded to the Arizona Cardinals in exchange for a conditional, I'm hearing now, 7th round pick. He's out, man. Now this shocked the shit out of me. Because literally, I had a personal conversation, like a week and a half ago with Trayvon Mullen's mom and whoever the woman was that was with her walking out of the game. We must have been very close to being in the same section because we came up out of the thing to the main concourse, and as soon as we came out, there weren't a lot of Raider fans there. So she's yelling Raider Nation, and I'm like, yeah, the only nation, So immediately, we started talking immediately, and we had to walk all the way out down the windy thing, and all the fucking way out. So we got to talking, and she's telling me he's healthy. She's obviously all in Raider Nation, and it was just shocking to me. And you go and look at Mullen. He's been a little banged up, and he had the injury last year. But you look before that, man. He'd played in all 16 games in the first 2 seasons of his career. He started 10 of them his first year, and then started all 16 the next year. And he got injured last year. By the end of 2020, he was looking like a number 1 fucking corner, man. This dude was fucking playing great. I don't understand it. And to trade him for basically fucking nothing, pocket lint, man. I mean, it's a conditional 7th rounder. How many 7th rounders amount to dick in this league? And you're trading this guy? I don't know, man. I don't get it. I think they cashed in on Mullen too quick. I think this regime is just wanting to put their guys in place, and I think they cashed in on Mullen too quick. I'm a little shocked. It was one of the shockers for me. I'm not gonna lie. Contract year, and he's gonna want to get paid. I get it, but you couldn't deal with that next year? I don't know. We'll see. Just a little shocked, man. A little shocked. Let's check out this offensive roster, man. We're run through the offensive side of the roster here. Basically, who's left out of that? We ran down who's on the fucking scrap heap, man. Who ended up in the dumpster? We ran through that list. Those guys are done. Somebody else can go dig through the trash can, dig through the char, see what's left. You can go pick through the scraps. The offensive, only 5 wide receivers. Let's start with the wide receivers, shall we? Because only 5 wide receivers. So this, your starting 3 are solid. And the starting 3 has been the starting 3 that we've been talking about. There's a reason why you hadn't seen a lot of Matt Collins is because he didn't need to prove himself. They brought him in for a reason, and he proved himself in practice. Hunter Renfrow, Devontae Adams. I mean, those are your front 3. But you only got 2 guys really backing them up, and that's Tyron Johnson, who looked amazing, looked really, really good in preseason, made some nice plays, and then DJ Turner, who also really looked great in preseason as well. Both these guys were solid. Gotta, Corey. Gotta trust that system, man. What's up, Andrew? What's up, David? What's up, Anthony? What's up, Chad? What's up, everybody? What's up, all of you, man? Thank you, Raider Nation, for joining us. Each and every damn one of you, man. You guys are the shit. Appreciate it. Appreciate you all. Thank you for throwing them stars up. You feel so inclined, go ahead and throw those stars. I will, man, I've been running my mouth so much, I didn't even realize I didn't have my fucking background music. So when I go silent. It's the first time I'd shut my mouth. There's just so much to talk about. I managed to keep it mostly on the road, though. Shocking. Man, look at that list over there. I gotta get to work. Fuck. We're a half hour in this bitch already. We started 4 minutes late, because, you know, like I told you, we got our own roster changes. We got a new midget, Jimmy. I'll welcome Jimmy. Welcome, Jimmy. He's joining Rasputin. They're regulating business. So he's 4 minutes late, it's all right. Thank you for throwing them stars. You can pin comments up there with stars and all kinds of shit. And remember, go to Raider Reaction YouTube. You can get your comments up in the bar that pops up down here. Every time you comment on YouTube, it pops up down here. And you get yourself right in the damn show. And subscribe while you're over there. Because that YouTube's like our... I had a motherfucking comment on YouTube the other day, man. Here, a little bonus WTF for you. This dude says, you don't have a big following on YouTube. I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. We don't have a big following on YouTube. But we have a nice following everywhere else, so we always have. I don't push YouTube. I'm live on YouTube right now. That's why I wanted to give a way for the people over on YouTube to kind of get in the show a little more. Maybe push YouTube a little more. Because that way all you guys that follow us on all these other platforms, maybe you'll go follow us on YouTube too. But obviously you guys aren't watching us on YouTube for the most part. You're watching all of our shows on fucking Facebook. And, you're watching the clips on TikTok and the other stuff. But, it's always been that way. Our audience has always been over here. I don't know. I don't know what's up with the I don't know. I don't get it. I'm confused. But maybe this little toy will help out this season. We'll see. Y'all are here. All the important people are over here, Rob. That's right. We are the cool kids. That's right. The cool kids. All right, offensive roster. God damn. See, I was doing good keeping it on the road. Now, see, I'm in the ditch again. Here we go. All right. We got to talk about difficult things, Raider Nation. We got to talk about difficult things. We got to talk about this offensive line. Oh, the right side of this offensive line scares me. It's scaring small children. It's not good. It's not good. Ellen Munor has earned him that starting spot, but he played well in preseason, but it's mostly because of the inept play of Alex Leatherwood. Parker's injured. He's out. You got Cotton up next to him. Cotton! That right side's scary, Raider Nation. It's scary. It's concerning me. It really, really is. Those are your starters. Backing up, probably on the right side is Munford, the rookie. Andre James at center. You kept Parham, the rookie, to back up Simpson, who's going to be your starting guard. And then Colton Miller, and back him up, you got Jackson Barton. And that's it. So you've got 3 backups backing up your 5 starters right now on roster. That means a move's coming, Raider Nation. Okay, that means a move's coming. Is it going to be at right tackle? Is it what we would assume it's going to have to be. But a move's coming. A move's coming. It's impossible that it can't be. You're not going to come in with that few of a mash unit for your offensive line. There's just no fucking way. 3 tight ends were kept. Darren Waller, Foster Moreau, and Horsted, who balled out in preseason, man, forced his way on. Congratulations to him. That's big. I like stories like that. Those are like the cool feel-good stories that, you're watching the game. You're watching the game as a fan. It's preseason, and all of a sudden you see this fucking play and you're like, holy shit. Who was that? Who was that guy? And it was Horsted. It's like every fucking game, man. He just forced his way on the roster. So good for him, man. Congratulations. Only 2 quarterbacks, like we talked. We're gonna get into that a little more later with the used car talk. Kept 5 running backs and a fullback. Johnson at fullback, which not shocked that we kept John. What's up, Leslie? What's up, Michelle? What's up, Leslie? Always nice to see the female side of Raider Nation represented in the audience. Appreciate y'all coming. kept 5. Now, a lot of people, you got to go and look at the New England, how they used running backs over there, man. They have a fucking boatload of them all the time. They use them every damn game. There's constant fresh legs out there. They throw the ball to the running backs a lot. There's always like a new star out of the backfield every year for the fucking New England Patriots under McDaniel's regime. And he's going to do it again. Now, they may move one of these guys, but Jacobs is probably the one. Zeus White's the 2. Brandon Bolden, was a lock. There was a reason they brought him over from New England. He's a fucking system guy. Bertain Brown, who was like the Cinderella story for the running backs in preseason, man. He had some really big games and kind of forced their hand a little bit. He almost did a Horsted, and forced his way on as well. And then Amir Abdullah, who's going to work into the return game as well, possibly the starting kick returner. So he's going to be big as well. And that dude's big out of the backfield, man. Big out of the backfield. So, that's it, man. That's basically your starting offense right now. I mean, subject to change, like I said. It's not done yet. We are not at week 1, so there are moves still coming. Now, your defensive side of the ball, we'll start with kind of the defensive line. We'll start with the projected to be working the edge guys. We'll start with those guys first. Obviously, you got Chandler and Max up front, but it's the guys behind them. Tayshawn Bauer, this dude, freaking Bauer, just every game sacking him up. What do you have, like 5 sacks, I think, in the preseason? Every fucking game the dude was sacking motherfuckers. Forced his way onto this team, and he could be big, man. He could be a big addition to this defensive line for damn sure. Cleve Farrell sticks around, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. First round pick 4. He can't crack the fucking starting lineup. Maybe they're hoping. Maybe this is his rebirth year, and they've seen some things out of Clee they like. So I can only hope, man. I can only fucking hope, and I think Raider Nation does as well. Malcolm Kuntz, another preseason shiner. He's on there as well. You got to look at the inside. You got Big Hankins and Bilal Nichols, Andrew Billings, Kendall Vickers, Farrell Jr. and Butler. Kept a lot of guys on that defensive line. Which I think is good, man. It's been a problem area, an area of concern, injury wise. They're big guys, man, and yeah. Let's look at linebacker. They did keep 7 linebackers, and like who just mentioned that? Like Chad, he's got that awesome subscriber badge. You need to go get you a subscriber badge. We'll talk about it in a second, or a minute, or fuck. I need to pick it up the pace here. God damn. So much to talk about. So I was telling the guys before the show, I'm like, fuck, I love it. The show writes its fucking self this time of the year. I don't even have to do anything. I just got to sit down and like put it in order and just fucking go. Like give me a fucking bullet point. I can talk about it for 10 minutes. Shit. There's so much to talk about, man. There's so much to talk about. Nobody wants Gruden back, man. Nah, Gruden's like a bad case of herpes. He keeps coming back, but you don't want him to. Divine Diablo, Denzel Perryman, and excuse me. I'm sorry, I miscounted. They kept 5 linebackers. My bad. I miscounted. I was added a line in there. Divine Diablo, Denzel Perryman, Jayon Brown, Darian Butler, rookie, and Luke Masterson, rookie, all in on the linebacker core. Corners. Nate Hobbs, Anthony Averett, who's probably going to be the starter on one side, him and Hobbs. Rocky Sin and Webb probably on the other side. Amik Robertson's going to work in as your nickelback most likely. So there's your cornerback core, and they kept 5 at safety. Jonathan Abram and Trayvon Moehrig are going to be your starters. Roderick Teamer, who looked really good in preseason, was one of the shining stars on defensive backs in preseason. He made the cut. Deron Harmon also, who played very well. And Isaiah Palomau makes the. I didn't think he was going to make it, man. Somebody asked me in a comment the other day, and I didn't think he was going to make it just because I didn't think they'd keep that many safeties, man. But they kept 5 because I think you're going to see Abram work in a little more of coming up and like playing a hybrid type linebacker position. I think they've got some things with some of these guys, like some of these safeties that are going to work in a little in the corner capacity, working in different sets. You've got a whole different defensive scheme coming in, man. And I think you're going to see some different things. And there's a reason they kept that many. I think so. All right. Let's see. Where was I? Defensive roster. I mean, that's pretty much it. Obviously, special teams, AJ Cole, Carlson, they were locks, man. Those guys are fucking Pro Bowlers. The Vikings are fucking still crying about losing Carlson. Still crying about losing. Fucking hate it. The return game looks to be Hunter Renfrow, DJ Turner probably in the punts, and Amir Abdullah is probably going to return kicks as part of the reason Amir Abdullah has cracked that. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Leslie. Comment of the day. Hold on. How do you pin that sumbitch? Hold on. I'll pin that comment. Thank you. Leslie gets a pinned comment. That's like the first time I've ever pinned a comment. Leslie's an OG around here. Leslie's been around a long time. And, you know, it's good to see you back because the season's starting. You know, we're going to see lots of new faces here. We got a new address at Raider Reaction. People are still finding us. And everybody's, you know, when a lot of people come back around when the season comes back around. So, oh man, it's so exciting. It's my favorite time of the fucking year, man. It's like Christmas, my fucking birthday, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, fucking everything all wrapped up in damn one. It's opening day. It brings a tear to my eye. Makes my silver and black heart beat just a little extra pad. Love it. That's it, man. That's your defensive roster. That's pretty much it. Like I said, subject to change over the next week and a half. Subject to change. There's going to be a move, and it's going to be on the offensive line. Bet your ass. And I think there may be a wide receiver that they're looking at out there. So here's the thing. Everybody else is cutting people too and doing this same numbers game. They've got their eye possibly on another wide receiver too that they could bring in. I just don't think they come in with just 5. I just don't. What's up, Hot Neil? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay, let's see. If you guys haven't checked this out yet, we'll hit on it for just a brief second because we got to move on. We ain't got a lot of time. We do have a new sponsor, Raider Reaction, man. Check it out. Go over to the website, RaiderReaction.com. You can click on the button. It'll take you right there. It's an official landing page. You can go get you some action. Bet any sports. .eu. Go check it out. They're our official sponsor, one of our official sponsors coming into this season here at Raider Reaction. Check them out. If you don't blow your mortgage. Have some fun. Be responsible. You know, sound like the fucking Surgeon General. Wear your rubbers. Roster shockers. Is there a bigger shocker on the roster? I mean, we already talked about it. That this guy is still on it. I think that's the biggest shocker to me. The biggest shocker to that, the fact there's only 5 wide receivers was a shocker to me. The amount of running backs was a shocker to some. And I think the release of, obviously, Alex Leatherwood was the biggest shocker. Horsted making it was a shocker. Mullen trade was a shocker. But Cleve Farrell making it was one of the biggest. But I didn't see the Mullen trade, man. I didn't see the Mullen trade coming. That was a bit of a shocker to me. It really, really was. You see some of these guys commenting, man, in the comments down here. You can get into the YouTube comments by going to our YouTube channel, Raider Reaction. and commenting on our live YouTube stream, and your comments will populate on the bottom of the screen here. And the guys commenting over on Facebook, you see they got that cool badge, man, that subscriber badge. It puts you in the Raider Reaction Dark Side Inner Circle group, and makes you a subscriber of Raider Reaction, and helps us with our little grassroots projects here. You know, helps feed the midgets. And then it puts you in all the other stuff. So go to RaiderReaction.com, become a subscriber through there. Just go to RaiderReaction.com, click on the top of the tabs, man. Click on the subscriber tab, and it'll take you right there. You can become a subscriber, and it puts you in the raffles. You know what? First Thursday of the month, every month. And guess what? It's 2 fucking days away. So that means we got a raffle on here in 2 days. If you're not a subscriber, you don't have a chance to win. It's the only way to get your fucking raffle ticket. So go to RaiderReaction.com, go to the subscriber page, click the button and become a subscriber. Or you can go right to the top of the Facebook page. There's even a little badge right around what you're watching right now. Just click that motherfucker, man. It takes seconds. Help us feed the midgets. Come on. Rasputin, Jimmy's new to the team. You don't want Jimmy to not be fed. Feed Jimmy. I'm sorry. That's enough of our I don't even know what to call it. I'm in the ditch again. God damn it. All right. And then while you're at the website, become a subscriber. Scroll down to the bottom of any fucking page. Put your email address in there so you can get the Dark Side newsletter on the first of every month. That sumbitch is coming out in 2 fucking days too. So you don't want to miss that. See, you got some homework. You can probably do if you're not, you know, you're not too faded. You can probably do that at the same time while you're watching. There's a challenge for you. It's time. It's time. We ain't had it for a week. I'll send you some brownies, brother. It's that time, man. We ain't had it for a minute. It's time to get in it. It's our favorite. Somebody call security. It's time for used car talk. What the fuck does that even say? That's the smallest text ever, Lines. What are you doing to me there? Looks like victim, but I don't think that's what that says. Used car talk, man. I've been saying it all freaking season, all off season. There's no way they kept more than 2. There's just no way. Derek Carr is a resilient, healthy quarterback. He's always in there. I mean, this dude just doesn't miss games. He's an Iron Man. He's always out there for his team, regardless of injury. And if you have a major injury with Derek Carr, you're in trouble, and you're going to have to make a move and try to fucking salvage the season, man. Try to salvage the season. And Stidham's just that. He's your clipboard guy. He's a guy in Derek Carr's ear who understands the system. He's like an extra coach for Carr. He's a guy who can come in and run the system if he needs to come in. And there's just so many pluses to Stidham. There was just no reason to keep a third. When you have all these other issues, offensive line, and we just went through the roster. There were so many other decisions to be made. It just, you just don't waste a spot on a third. And, you know, I really think they're going to cross their fingers, hope Garbers clears waivers, and they can put him back on practice squad. I really, really do. I think they liked Garbers. And, you know, I kind of liked what I seen him. He had a little moxie, man. He did. I liked him. I liked what he seen. All right. Raider Reaction. Hardcore Challenge, Silver and Black, Fantasy League. We are going to kick it off soon. I'm coming up with something before the season starts, so I'll let all you owners know it's in the league, because I think I need to pull it out of this show, because we'll touch on it a little bit in this show, but I think it needs to have its own spotlight. So I think I'm going to put together its own thing, kind of like I do on Wednesday nights for the Hardcore Challenge. I'm going to do something just for the Fantasy League to highlight it a little more, to make it a little more awesome to be in the league, make it a little more prestigious, because it is the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. You guys are about to fucking figure it out. I can't wait. Your head's going to explode on some of you guys when you see the points in week 1 of the Hardcore Challenge. You'll be like, well, I didn't know they did that. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know it scored like that. And you'd be like, well, fuck. Why didn't I pick a linebacker when y'all gonna fucking learn. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. JoJo. All right. Moving on. But I did promise. Always the week. This is prediction week for my fantasy football league, the Hardcore Challenge. And I wanted to do quick predictions for our Raider Reaction Fantasy League. This is who's going to make the playoffs. In the Great White North, division champion will be the Black Hole. In the Elite East, it's going to be Gigantic Walruses. In the Wild West division of the Raider Reaction Hardcore Challenge Silver and Black Fantasy League, Raider Nation for life is going to win the Wild West. And of course, the Dirty South is mine. It just, it's mine. I'm winning the Dirty South. Sorry. But I do have another member of the Dirty South, One Nation, Bryant and his One Nation, making it in as the wild card, and I also have the Maulers making it as the wild card. And that's who's going to battle in the postseason of the Raider Reaction Fantasy League. Book it. That's what's going down. Fan of the Week. If you want to be Fan of the Week, it's the simplest goddamn game on or contest or whatever the fuck it is on the internet or the interweb or the fucking dark web or whatever the fuck this is. All you gotta do is nominate yourself. Say, hey, send in a picture, rocking your silver and black that says, hey, I'm the freaking Fan of the Week. And we're gonna say, you damn straight you are. Look at you rocking your silver and black. You look amazing. But we didn't have one this week. Nobody went the extra mile and sent their picture in, so we did not have one. So if you would like to be Fan of the Week next week, send your stuff in. Send it into Instagram, Twitter, send it to our website, anything. And you can be Fan of the Week. And you can be Fan of the Week. We've got new goodies. If you've been Fan of the Week before, fuck it. Send yourself back in. It's a new season. We're starting over. We'll scrub the list. If you've been Fan of the Week before, you're available to get back in. We've lifted the moratorium. Fuck it. I got new goodies to get out, and I want to see them out there anyway. And it'll be rocking my goodies if I don't get them sprinkled out like fucking Johnny Appleseed. I gotta spread them around the country. The last time I drove across country, I got these hologram stickers, about 3-inch by 3-inch stickers, and I'm sure some of you have got them that sent out my stuff that say fuck everything and become a Raider. I was slapping them bitches in truck stops, fucking all over fucking bathrooms and restaurants. my wife's like, I'm like, that's all right. Maybe somebody will see the logo. If just one person saw that logo and was like, Commish was here, that would just make my fucking millennium. All right, moving on. Sparklers game. 4 out of the last 6, motherfuckers. You powder blue bitches. 4 out of the last 6. Okay? Pretty boy Herbert has not even made the fucking postseason yet in his professional career. So I don't even want. Why is this guy anointed like the next greatest thing since the fucking wheel all of a sudden? Because he had cute hair when he came in the league? What the fuck? Fuck this guy. And fuck these Sparkler fans who think they're really going to do something this year. Because you're not. The Raiders are going to come smack you in the fucking mouth in week 1. I absolutely believe that. 100%. We're going to get into that game a lot next week, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time breaking it down. But I just don't. I don't see it. I guess if you're a Sparkler fan, you've got to come into every season with optimism, because what the fuck else do you have? You don't understand how it's supposed to feel before a season, because you've never had one that's really ended up where the fuck. Like the best you ever were, what were they, like 14-2 and went and got fucking bounced with Schottenheimer? I mean, there's just, I can't even remember. Start with the list of fucking Sparkler failures, epic failures. You're historically bottom feeders. Historical bottom feeders. Not just like regular bottom feeders, like decades long bottom feeders. Historical, like gotta blow dirt off the book historical. Yeah, fuck you and your fucking 15 fans. I think that's all there is. I swear to God, there's 15 fans, and they rotate. It's a different one, commenting and everything. Like, one of them's like, hey, you go on TikTok today, and you hit every fucking Raider, and, you know, just, and then you go on Facebook, and all these, you gotta go comment on all this shit, and then you're gonna go on YouTube, and they just rotate. They just rotate. There's only 15 of them. You know, and they gotta sleep. You know, I mean, because by their merch sales, you know, I mean, these 15 buy as much as they can to try to keep the sales up, but I mean, it's just a numbers game. These 15 can't manage. I mean, they're definitely not buying tickets. They can only buy, you know, they try to buy more, but, you know, nobody wants to come. Nobody wants to wear that ugly ass blue, powder blue. It makes me sick every time they say, that's not all the best uniforms out there. No, it's not. Nobody wants to look like a fucking Smurf. Nobody. Fuck that shit. Nobody wants to look like a fucking Smurf. We burnt down Smurf Village. Fuck that. We're gonna burn down Smurf Village again. Just like we did in week 18. Fucking Sunday Night Football last season, motherfuckers. You're gonna be fucking 15 Smurfs running. Fuck you. You're losing week 1. I ain't even gonna waste no more time on you bitch asses. Nah, that's all you get. Fuck you. Some Sparklers fans pissed me off over on TikTok earlier. You feel my ire, you sons of bitches. Fight Night 29. Fight Night 28 finally happened. It was last Saturday, and if you missed out, it was a pretty damn good one. I gotta admit, it wasn't too bad. But Fight Night 29 might be even fucking better. You'll have to tune in Saturday night to find out. The blood will flow once again on your Saturday night. We're going to try to make sure every Saturday night this season it does. Just a couple weeks preseason fucked up our schedule. But 29 this weekend. So check it out. 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, every Saturday night. Raider Reaction Saturday Night Fights. It's a something. It's a something. But 28 was good. If you haven't seen 28, you need to go back and check it. I think it's pinned at the top of the page right now, maybe. I think. But you can click that video tab and it'll be right there near the top. All right. Man. I've been talking about this one all fucking day. Let's get it. Oop. Time for that WTF. All right. So, last night, we're gonna veer into personal land here for a second. Last night, I had a business function, and I had to go down to Miami for a business function, and part of our little function was we were gonna get together, and we had some seats in the left field restaurant area, right in left field of the Marlins ballpark. Dodgers were in town. Dodgers, Marlins. Fucking seats right in left field. I'm like, sweet. You know, this will be fun. And I love going to other sports venues. Going to other sports venues are fucking badass. It's nice to see, you know, architecture, just, you know, how each team does it. I like to, it's cool to me. So I was looking forward to it. You know, I'm obviously not a fucking Dodgers fan, and I'm not a fucking Marlins fan. But, you know, I was like, fuck it, I'll go. I rocked my Raiders hat and a nice shirt, and fuck it. We went. And, you know, I walked in this club, man. I walked in this club, and, you know, you walk in, and there's a bar there. They've got a fucking DJ playing music, and it's right in the left field. I mean, the wall. If you're not watching, you're sitting at your table eating your fucking burger, dude. Ball fucking bounce off your fucking... You gotta have your head on a swivel. I mean, it's like sitting in a restaurant. There's a game going on. But it's right on the left field wall, and I'm sitting there, and, you know, it's the first inning, you know, and you walk down there. It's cool as fuck, man. You're right there on the field. You're eating dinner, and, you know, you're having drinks. You got table service and shit, and you're standing there, and it's like the first inning, you know, and it's cool. And then we start to sit there, and we're like, first off, frozen margaritas that still weren't motherfucking frozen by like the fourth inning when they finally brought them out. You see, you had that. The food, I believe, was I think there was this small little steak that was like $84. 3 tacos that were literally that big. 2 bites. They were 20 some bucks. I mean, the food was, and like this $20 bowl of macaroni and cheese. One of my coworkers bought it and they brought it out. It was Kraft, man. Okay, we've all seen Kraft thousands of motherfucking times in our life. I can spot a bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese from across the fucking football field. And all that what did was lay a fucking piece of bacon over the top of it and charge you 20 bucks. Literally, that's what a bowl of Kraft macaroni and cheese with a piece of bacon laid over the top of it. But, so all of that, you're just like, all right, so this was way overhyped for what this was, a restaurant. I thought I was going to eat there. So I left hungry. I did a drive-thru when I left. But now let's get to the actual stadium, all right? Because we're sitting there and we're watching the game, and we're like, there's nobody there, because there ain't no Marlins fans. They're like a Yeti. You'll never see that shit. And so, you know, we're sitting there, and the stands are fucking empty. And we realize, that's what I'm like, at least change the noodle, you know? At least stray from the, you know, fucking mix it up, man. Use the same powder, at least change the noodle. We're sitting there, and we're watching the game, dude. And, you know, it was cool when you walked in, and it's like a club atmosphere, and the DJ's going, but the game hadn't started yet. The DJ never stopped, man. So where you're sitting in left field, dude, you couldn't even hear the crack of the fucking bat. I couldn't hear when they hit the fucking ball. I couldn't hear a fucking single thing. I couldn't hear the announcements, the walk-up songs, nothing. All I could hear was fucking Miami club music. I felt like the night of the fucking Roxbury. That's all, the whole fucking time. And then we're sitting there, and all of a sudden, like, we hear this roar. Like there was a play made, and there's this roar. We look around, and like, there's nobody in the stands. Where the fuck did that roar come from? So, the canned music, or the canned crowd noise is the only thing you can hear over the club music. Is the fucking crowd noise that's pumped in there. Because nobody was cheering. Nobody. So we noticed that as the game went on. Every time a big play happens, you hear this fake ass crowd that ain't in Miami watching baseball cheering. Yeah, man. I tell you, they tried. The food was a hit or miss. I mean, it was great company. Hanging out with the coworkers was awesome, and it was a great thought. It just, man. Miami Marlins, you need to get your fucking shit together. What the fuck? I mean, what the fuck? For the cost of what those... And here's the kicker. We're sitting in a U-shaped booth, man. A U-shaped booth. And I'm on the end. So I'm watching the whole game like this. And the game's going on over here. I gotta turn my legs into the aisle to watch the fucking game. And the waitresses are walking by there. And I'm just like, who the fuck thought this up? Some college-educated dumb motherfucker. What school did you go to? Jack off you? Who the fuck designed that thing? God damn, man. At least put a menu together. Listen, if you're gonna charge somebody and have them walk in backwards and rape them when they come in the door for the price of everything, I opened the menu and about fell out. Dude, that shit better be bomb fucking diggity. When it comes, it better be good. You know, this is one thing. You go to Amalie Arena, the Tampa Bay Lightning Stadium, man. The food's expensive in there, but it's fucking awesome every fucking spot you go to. I'll pay arena prices and shit for fucking good food if it's good. You serve me some shit, you'll never get another dollar again. And I care less if I ever went in that stadium again. It's the Marlins, they'll never do anything anyway. But what the absolute fuck? One of the worst game experiences I've ever had at a professional sports venue. Ever. By far. I was just like, I was lost, man. You couldn't, how do you go to a baseball game and not be able to hear the crack of the bat? Seriously. You couldn't hear the crack of the bat. The only time you knew something big happened was when the fucking canned crowd went off. What the absolute fuck? I guess. Oh, Look. Even the Angels fans making fun of you. I mean, what more do you need to hear? Come on, Marlins, get it together. The Angels fans making fun of you. I mean, it doesn't get any lower than that. It really doesn't. That's about as low as you can get. When the Angels fans start making fun of your baseball franchise, you've hit a new level. Sorry, Bill. Thank you all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one. I even made it. I made it. Kinda. No, I didn't. I'm an hour. I'm a minute long. Almost made it. Thank you for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. Oh, Dion today. Oh. Mental note, Dion. Mental note. We found another one. I just had to scratch a little. I touched a wound there. That thing hadn't healed yet. Kind of like that Angels season. It hadn't healed yet either. You shouldn't have got rid of Joe Madden. Damn. What was you thinking? You've lost more games since you got rid of Joe. Just saying. Should have kept Joe. Thank you all for joining me, man. Each and every damn one of you. It's going to be an exciting season, and I hope you all join us and come along with us for the ride. It's going to be fun. Tomorrow night, I've got my Hardcore Challenge Fantasy Show. I will be on TikTok live on Thursday night, probably a little later than normal, probably more around 11 Eastern time. I am still going to do TikTok Thursday, but we are going to have a quick raffle at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific for all you subscribers. If you're a subscriber of Raider Reaction, all you got to do is show up, and your name's already in. And you have a chance to win in every fucking thing we're raffling off. So if you're a subscriber and you want a Cool Kids, you're already in. You ain't got to worry about it. But if you'd like to be in the raffle in 2 days and you want to be one of the cool kids, get one of them cool badges like JoJo and Chad and the other guys are rocking, go to RaiderReaction.com, go to the subscriber page, become a subscriber, click the little blue thingy, shield thing that's around this video you're watching right now, or go to the top of the Facebook page and click the blue button. Become a subscriber. Be one of the cool kids. Thank you all, man, each and every damn one of you. Man, I love in-season shows. I love them. There's so much to talk about, and I hope you guys join us this season. This is gonna be a fun fucking season, Raider Nation. This is gonna be a fun season, and fuck it, let's enjoy it together. I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation.